Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be teaching you all a lesson in Java. I will be teaching you all about the if-else statements in Java. First of all, let's have a class made inside our package src. We go to src, select new and select Java class. We'll give it the name conditioners, and inside the conditioners class we'll have our main method. We'll say psvm and press tab. Now we have made the main method in Java. Let's move on to our lesson and get started. First of all, I'll be teaching you all about the if statement. In the if statement, we can provide a block of code which will only execute if the condition inside the if is true. If the condition is wrong, the code block won't be executed. That's what happens in the if statement in Java. So let's have an example and check this out. You should have noticed that the if condition has lowercase letters. We can't use uppercase letters as an if. If we use uppercase letters like here, we will get an error. So we must stick to lowercase letters for an if. Alright, now I'll check a condition and write an code inside our if statement. First of all, in the if statement's condition, I'll give it a condition as 20 greater than 10, and inside I'll have an s out saying this is right. Now let's print this out and check our output in the console. We must press run and run this code. Okay, we got this is right. This happened because 20 is greater than 10. If it was the other way around, we should never get this dot right s out printed in our console. So let's check out the reverse of this function. We say 20 lesser than 10 and run this code block. What do you think will happen? Oh, as you can see, this is right did not get printed. That's because 20 is not lesser than 10. If we provide a false statement, the code block inside the if will not function. That's a rule in Java. We can have variables inside our if condition. We can use them to print out if conditions and code blocks. Let's see an example for this. We'll have an int variable named k, which is equals to 78, and another int L, which is equals to 26. Now inside our if statement we'll have a condition. We'll check if K is greater than L. What do you think will be the answer? Let's check it out. Alright, we got this is right. This happened because K, which is 78, is greater than L, which is 26. That's why we got this is right as the output for this code. Let's change this around and see our output. We say K is lesser than L. And now let's print this code and check the output. Well, we still didn't get our output. That's because K is greater than L. We'll have it as K is greater than L and check our output. Let's run this code and check our output. Okay, we got this is right as expected. This happened because K, which is 78, is greater than L, which is 26. That's why we got our output printed throughout our if statement. I'll explain you some logical conditions which can be used inside our if statement as a condition. You can use the less than symbol which I taught you in a previous lesson. You can check if a value is lesser than equals to another value, and you can check if a value is less than or equal to another value, and likewise you can check if a value is greater than another value, and you can check if value is greater than or equals to another value. If a value is equal, we can use the equals operator to check if a value is equal to another value. To check if a value is not equals, we use not equals sign and declare our condition using it. Let's see some examples for these codes. We learned about the lesser than and greater than symbols before. Now let's see a lesser than equals operator used inside our condition. Let's check if K is lesser than equals to L. Let's print this output and check our value. Oh, we didn't get our S out printed in our example. This happened because K is not lesser than or equals to L. That's why we didn't get this dot right printed inside our console. Now let's check if K is greater than or equals to L. Let's run this out. Okay, we got our answer. This is right got printed. This happened because K is either greater or equals to L. That's why we got this is right printed in our console. Now I'll teach you the other two operators which can be used inside conditions. First of all, let's remove this code and have other values. We'll have string K equals Kulesh, and we'll have string m equals Kulesh as well, and inside our if condition we'll give k equal to m. Now let's check it out after printing. What do you think will be the output? Let's check it out. Alright, we got this is right printed. This happened because the string k, which stands for Kulesh, is equal to string m, which stands for Kulesh as well. And let's use another operator. We'll check if k is not equals to m. What do you think will be the output? Let's check it out. Let's print this out and check the output. Okay, we got nothing printed. That's because k Kulesh and m Kulesh is both equal to each other. So if we check if they are not, we will not get this output. That's what happened inside this code. Now let's learn about another conditional statement in Java. It's called the else statement. First of all, let's remove all this code. And now I'll have an example. The else condition works whenever if is not right. If is right, then else won't be working. So let's check an example for this. First of all, let's learn about the else condition. Now let's learn this through a simple example. First of all, I remove all this code and put another code inside our main method. This time I have used the in time, which is equals to 20, and if I checked if time is lesser than 18. If time is lesser than 18, the output good day will be printed, else good evening will be printed. That's what will happen if we run this code. Now let's run it and check our output. We got good evening. That's because the if statement is not true. That's why the else statement printed good evening as the output. If it was the other way around, we should have got good day. So we got good evening for this example. Now let's learn another conditional statement in Java. Let's learn about the Elsif statement in Java. First of all, let's remove all this code and have another code printed out. Okay, what happens in Elsif is if the if condition is not true, it will go to condition. It will go to Elsif and check the second condition, and even if it is also wrong, it will go to else. That's what happens when you put a else if inside a if else statement. That means both three of them will work if something is true. So if one or the other is wrong, another will be true. That's what that will happen if we check if else if and else statement in Java. To learn this further on, let's have an example code inside our main method. We'll have a if else condition statement. This is the statement that I will be explaining to you all from right now. In this example, we have given a in time which is equals to 22, and we have checked if time is lesser than 10 or else if time is lesser than 20, or else which will print good evening. So if the time is lesser than 10, it will print good morning, else if the time is lesser than 20, it will print good day. And if all these won't work, will print good evening. That's what will happen if we run this code. Let's check the output by running this code. Okay, we got good evening. That's because only one of these statements was true. The statement which was true is the else statement. Now let's check this the other way around. We'll say time is equals to 2, and let's print this out. We got good morning. That's because time is actually lesser than 10. That's why we got good morning as the output. Now we'll change the time to 11 and print this and check the example output. Okay, we got good day. This happened because now the time is not lesser than 10 but lesser than 20. Only lesser than 20. That's why we got good day printed as the output for this block of code. Now let's learn about another conditional statement. Let's learn about the ternary operator. The ternary operator is also known as a shorthand if-else statement. It has 3 operands and it acts exactly like the if-else statement. Let's check an example for this. Now let's learn about the ternary operator in Java. In the ternary operator, we give a variable and a condition is checked, and if the answer is true, we get the right answer, or if the answer is wrong, we get the false answer. That means if the condition is checked, we'll provide a question mark, and if the answer is true, an expression true answer is printed, or after the colon an expression of false is printed. That's what happens in the ternary operator of Java. Let's have a block of code and I will tell you about the ternary operator in Java and explain it to y'all. I'll say in time is equals to 0, and we check the result of if the time is lesser than 18. If the time is lesser than 18, it will print good day, or if the time is not lesser than 18, it will print good evening. And the S out has printed the result of this ternary operator statement. Now let's check the output and see what happens when we use the ternary operator in Java. We got good evening. This happened because the time is actually not lesser than 20. Because the time is not lesser than 20. That's why we got good evening. If it was the other way around, we would have got good day. So let's check it the other way around. We'll check if time is greater than to 18, and let's check out our answer. Now we got good day. This happened because the time is actually greater than 18. So that's why we got good day as the answer for our result. That's how we use the ternary operator in Java. Without using this, we can use this when we code in Java. It's either this or that. It's your choice when coding. Now I have taught you about if-else statement and the ternary operator and the else statement and else if statements in Java. That's a whole new lesson that I taught you. Now that's it for today's lesson. Let's see you in another lesson. Until then, goodbye guys, and please take care.